Sonic Racing Crossworlds is good, but why? While Nintendo is trying to cater to everyone in Mario Kart World by having a cozy open world driving simulator, Sega is going the complete opposite direction by focusing their new racing game, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, off of exhilarating arcade racers, and it's becoming clear Mario is about to be left in Sonic's dust. And that's all because Sega took a racing first mentality if you look at who is actually behind Sonic Crossworlds. The picture becomes clear, this game was built by Sega's A-Team, but more on that later. But in order to show what Sonic is getting right, we need to see what its major competitor, Mario Kart, is getting wrong, and what players are craving. You see, Mario Kart World is getting a lot of flack right now. Coming off of the global success that is Mario Kart 8, everyone was looking forward to World. People were excited about all the possibilities of the open road for the player, but it has become a thorn in every player's side. Instead of using all that space to challenge players with clever race scenarios, drifting trials, or route finding that tests skill under pressure, it often turns into a glorified sticker hunt. It's cute, but it's also the cozy game version of a racer. I don't know about you, but I don't play Mario Kart to sit back and relax. I play it to race. Not only that, there is a huge barrier to entry at $450 that is the Switch 2. And then you gotta plop another $80 on top of that. We knew there was trouble in paradise when just recently Mario Kart 8 actually outsold its predecessor, Mario Kart World. In addition, if you play online, the in-between tracks between races called intermission tracks are being forcibly stuffed down players' throats. For those that aren't up to date on all things Mario Kart, intermission tracks are essentially straight line simulators. These intermission tracks don't actually have that exhilarating feeling of racing on what a normal 3 traditional lap track is. To be frank, they're just kind of boring. Basically, people playing Mario Kart don't feel like they are actually racing. Enter Sonic Crossworlds. And before we do, if you could help the channel out by liking and subscribing, it really helps me reach new audiences. And thank you for that. Back to Sonic Crossworlds. An actual racing game, exhilarating, and with just a little bit of stupid sprinkled in the best possible way. This thing was built from the ground up with one motto: make the best racing game. That's from Sonic team head Takashi Iizuka, and it frames everything that follows. And forgive me if I mispronounce these Japanese names, I'm trying my best over here. It all started with a Sega reorganization. Until Crossworlds, Sonic racing games were being outsourced to Sumo Digital. During the pandemic, Sega reshuffled, and the arcade division, which had been more separate, got woven closer to Sonic Team's work. That's when Iizuka and Ryoichi Taki, a Sega arcade producer, started talking. Let's make an arcade quality racing game with Sonic. And boy did they. You see, by tapping into the arcade side of Sonic, they had a whole literal team of racing experts that knew what drifting and racing is about in an arcade setting. The Initial D team. Initial D is Sega's legendary arcade racing series, born from the hit street racing manga, where players mastered downhill drift battles that became a staple of Japanese arcades for over 2 decades. And you most likely have seen one in your local arcade. And leading that charge was Masaru Kobayakawa, the longtime designer of Initial D, who spent nearly 20 years fine-tuning drift physics in Japanese arcades before stepping in as creative director on Crossworlds. So think about this. You got Sega's arcade division, the head of Sonic himself, and the guy behind Sega's most famous drift racers, all working together on one project. That's a recipe for success. And even Iizuka draws the line in the sand between Mario Kart and Sonic. He flat out said Mario's new racer looks like an action game, while Sonic Crossworlds is pure arcade racing, built by the Sega Racing Team and Sonic Team, with the focus squarely on competition. From the videos, it looks like Nintendo did a good job of putting in a lot of fun, so it's more like an action game. Sonic Racing Crossworlds game is different in that it was made by the Sega Arcade Racing Team along with the Sonic Team. The focus really is on racing and on that competitive play. And you can feel that arcade DNA seep through every second of this game. The drifting, the speed, the sheer exhilaration in each map. It's nothing like a straight line simulator. This game punishes you if you go off track. If you want to corner hard, you better not touch the grass. It demands tight turns and near perfect execution if you want that first place finish, especially as you get to the higher speeds. I love it. It's finally an actual arcade racing game, but now on home consoles. Or PC. It demands skill. In Sonic Racing, bumping the edge costs you rings. And unlike Mario Kart's cap of 20 coins, here you can stockpile over 100 rings depending on your gadgets. Those rings aren't just for bragging rights either, they're tied directly to your boost. If you want to go true Sonic speed, you're constantly managing your ring count. Choosing between making sure you are maxed out on them to maintain top speed, or a quick boost is a constant decision that needs to be made. It's risk-reward baked into every lap. And this is where the divide becomes clear. Mario Kart these days feels catered to kids, which is totally fine and okay, but it used to be able to appeal to the adults as well. They have been putting training wheels on a franchise that used to test you. Sonic Crossworlds feels different. It feels like Smash Brothers, but in a racing format. The kind of game where you don't just play to have fun, but it's the kind you play to beat your friends at. It captures that middle school moment where games stopped being just toys and started being a battle of skills. And that's what I love about Sonic Crossworlds. It is willing to push boundaries where Nintendo has started to shave off those sharp edges. Mr. Taki has this to say regarding the new game and its mechanics. Competitive games suddenly become less interesting when the environment becomes fixed, so we create a game that constantly changes to prevent similar races from occurring. And the last player in this Dream Team lineup is Mr. Shingo Kawakami. Kawakami has been working crossover magic for years, from the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games series to other multi-IP collaborations. He's the guy who knows how to work with outside IPs and bring them into Sega's world. Now he's a key part of Crossworlds. Crossworlds is actually a true successor to Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed back in 2012. That game was legendary because it wasn't afraid to get wild. Cars, boats, planes, it had everything. And the roster, absolute crossover chaos. You could race as Sonic, sure, but also as Shenmue's Ryu Hazuki, Danica Patrick, and even Wreck-It Ralph. It felt like Sega was pulling every IP they could find into one massive racing party. Then in 2019, we got Team Sonic Racing. Cool idea on paper, a team-based racer where your squad shares boosts and mechanics. But fans weren't asking for teamwork, they were asking for more crossover chaos. And when all those guest characters disappeared, it just didn't hit the same. The reception was clear. The game was fine, but the heart of the series, the Smash Brothers energy of who the heck is on the track now, was missing. Well, Sonic Team heard you, and with Crossworlds, they brought that spirit back. SpongeBob on the starting line. Steam from Minecraft? Yep. Mega Man? He's here too. Suddenly, it feels like the glory days of All-Star Racing again. And honestly, it even scratches that Super Smash Bros. Itch, where it feels like there's actual competition at play. The game still takes racing dead serious, but it's not afraid to throw in just enough dumb fun to make you laugh while you're sweating every corner. And let's not forget the best part about Sonic Crossworlds: cross-play. You can actually play with all your friends. While Mario can only race against other Nintendo consoles, people from PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo will all be able to play together with Sonic. Cross-platform play is in there, and you can go ahead and race and have that competitive experience against anyone on any platform. That really makes it exciting. Sega is listening to the fans. For this video, I spent some time in the demo, and it's great. You can go download it right now if you're on PC. It might be available on demo for PS5 or Xbox, but I don't have those. I play on PC. I only have one gripe with Crossworlds, and that it's just too expensive. Sega has a golden opportunity to eat into Mario's market share if they drop this to $50. Remember Expedition 33? $45 at launch, and players feel like they got value. And honestly, Sega, they'll make that money back easily in DLC if they can just get people to jump ship from Nintendo's rising costs. At $70 though, it's a little rich for my blood. I want this game, but I can't get myself to pull the trigger. At $50, I would drop Mario like a blue shell on the final lap. Sega, you got a real chance to pull ahead in this race, but that $70 barrier is keeping you from taking the lead. Discount this game, give players value, and I think people will be playing Sonic Crossworlds for years to come, the same way we kept battling it out in Smash Bros. You've kept it fresh with the Crossworlds mechanic. You aren't babysitting players. You have made racing feel fun again, and I want to get this. Guys, at least give this a chance with the demo. Again, I feel like it's overpriced at the moment, but the moment this goes on sale, I'm picking it up. If you are tired of Mario Kart putting the training wheels on, Sonic Crossworlds has installed the turbo. It's good, it really is. I do encourage you to try it out. Sega, you have created an absolute dream team of arcade experts and have ported that to consoles. I just hope you do what's needed to win this race. Guys, thanks again for sticking around. For the people that keep showing up, I just want to thank you for being here. I just need to give you a heads up. This next month is a little busy for me. I got a big move going on, so I won't be able to do these big deep dives in terms of who's behind the games and whatnot. So for the next month, I'll possibly be trying live streaming or just giving some commentary on what's going on. So just want to give you a heads up that these won't be as deep dived until about mid-November. Then I'll be able to deep dive into what games are going on and who's who behind the scenes. So if you like that, please subscribe, stick around. I want to thank everyone who's been here and has been showing up and for commenting. I really appreciate you all. You have been awesome. I am really hoping to grow this community, and it's been a great ride so far. So thank you again. I hope you're having a great week. I'll see you next week, and don't forget to.
We need to let him finish the job, otherwise... No.